The way that creators are being quoted in articles now has drastically changed even in the last couple of months. I teach a lot about how to position yourself to be quoted or featured or interviewed in articles, in magazines, and all of those things. And we have lots of videos here on the channel about how to do that, how to leverage it, how to set yourself up for it. But the way that these people are now quoting us has changed very dramatically in the last couple of months. There was a time when people were seeking me out for quotes, where they were asking me to do things. And now I've noticed several times that people will simply go to my YouTube channel, watch my video on a topic, and then pull a quote from it. And sometimes they'll tell me that they did it, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just take the quote and they put it up. Sometimes they embed, or a lot of times they embed my YouTube video inside of their article so that I am getting the watches, I'm getting the credits, I'll take it usually. But they're just kind of using me as an official person to speak in their article without coming to ask me about it. They just say, hey, listen, I used you in this, or my Google alerts say, hey, you were featured in this thing. They're just simply going to our social media now because we all have developed platforms that are so strong where we have a voice, where we have a public voice, where we're talking and teaching and speaking on topics, where we're being the authority on those topics. And they don't have to reach out to us. They don't have to have those conversations. They simply have to watch our content and then quote something we've already said. And they can embed our videos, our TikToks, our Instagram Reels, our YouTube channel. They can take what we've already done and implement it into what they have so that they don't have to wait for us to maybe read their email and maybe write something down and maybe get back to them. They can just take what we've already done. What's the worst that can happen from their perspective? We eventually see it and say, hey, you didn't ask for that. Take it down. What are they going to do? Take it down. They'll move on. It's no skin off their nose, right? This is one of those things where they can very easily access us, quote us, and they don't have to wait for us. So the way we're being quoted is changing. So what do we need to know about this? Well, first and foremost, make better content. Make content that is worth being quoted. Make content on topics people are talking about. Be relevant, and then be an authoritative voice in that space. I am being quoted left and right in places because they watch my TikToks, or they watch my YouTube, or they watch the things that I'm writing. Sometimes I'm quoted from things that I write. I've been quoted in big company magazines and articles and things because I wrote a TikTok comment and they quoted me on it. And I found myself through a Google alert. The content we're putting out there allows us to be seen more. Now, in the past, our content would get us in front of the people, and then they would have to come to us and have those conversations. They would bring us into it, but it was more of a process. It's not a process anymore because we are so close to these people. All they have to do is watch our 5-minute YouTube video, pull one good quote, attribute it to our name, and slap an embedded video there so that people can see where they got it from. Now, a lot of these companies will reach out to you. They will say, hey, I embedded your video on my article. Most of that is in hopes that you'll share it, and less of, hey, I hope this was okay. It's more of, we featured you, please share. But we take what we can get. We don't have to share if we don't want to. I have had people who have reached out and said, hey, I watched your video, I embedded your video in my article, and I pulled this quote directly from your video. Would you like to expand on that? And I do. I had a company reach out to me and say, can you expand on this quote? And I said, absolutely. Boom, here's a full paragraph. I sent it within a couple of minutes. And now the company wants to work with me on other projects because I gave them more. I facilitated that conversation, and I was happy to help with that article when they reached out. They had already published the article. It was out to the world. Everybody could see it. They were just saying, hey, can you add a little bit? And they adjusted the article after the fact. So there's lots of ways that this can happen, but the more content you put out there in written word, in podcast form, in video form, in your YouTube channel, your TikTok, your Instagram, where you are an authority, and keep in mind, it has to be searchable. So this will work more so for your very easily searched YouTube content rather than your TikTok or your Instagram Reel content, because that's harder to search, even though they have search engine capabilities. Google gonna be recommending Google stuff, and Google owns YouTube. So they're gonna recommend YouTube channel videos over TikToks, and YouTube gives more authority. It represents more authority than a TikTok or an Instagram Reel. So you wanna make sure that you're giving information in places where people can find it to then quote you and to get you inside of their articles. Is this the end all be all of getting quoted? Absolutely not. But is this a new way of doing it? Yes. And if you leverage it, you're going to do better. Now, knowing this is the thing, you have the opportunity to be smart about this. If you know now that people are going to my YouTube channel and watching me as an authority in social media space, and they are taking my videos and they're taking quotes and they are putting me in articles, I can, and you can, leverage our caption. Have a line up at the top that says what to do if you want to use a quote from this, or what to do if you want to embed this video. Here's who to contact. Here's the information. You can say, don't do it. You can say, you can do it, but please tell me first. You can say, you can do it, but please reach out if you need an expanded quote or you need me to be a voice in your articles. This is your opportunity to give people permission to use your content in their articles. So you choose what to do with it and get that into your captions so that you can move forward with this. Just be aware, the more present you are in social, specifically on YouTube, the more likely you are to be quoted in different places without them reaching directly out to you or bothering you for your time, to make sure that you're getting in front of the right people. You are holding the authority that you need and you're getting yourself positioned to be represented more in different articles across the internet. Drop your questions on this down below and follow along for more daily videos helping you navigate the world of social media to take the time and effort out of your social and make it more profitable. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.